Would you eat a purple tomato? Would you eat one if you knew it was healthier? Would you eat it if you knew it was genetically modified? Hi there, I'm Jeff, and this is Plain English lesson number 511. JR is the producer, and he has uploaded the full lesson to plainenglish.com/511. Coming up today, a new type of tomato is going to hit American supermarket shelves. It's purple, it's healthier, and it's genetically modified. Will it catch on? We'll talk about why this purple tomato is a big step in genetically modified crops. In the second half of the lesson, I'll show you what it means to have an edge. And JR has a song of the week. Let's get going. Food comes in many varieties, and even seemingly identical food comes in many varieties too. Seeds for major crops like corn and soybeans are bred for desirable properties, particularly yield. It's not unlike breeding dogs. You give natural selection a bit of a nudge so that future generations have the most desirable traits. Seed companies carefully guard their varieties, hoping that their specific corn or soybean seeds, for example, give them an edge in the market. But genetically modified food is different. A seed is genetically modified if DNA from another organism is inserted into the DNA of the seed in question. In that sense, the new seed is a combination of the original plus a little bit of another organism. That's what makes it genetically modified. To date, genetically modified food has been produced for the benefit of farmers. Modified seeds help prevent the loss of crops, increasing the yield of each acre and preventing waste. Genetically modified, or GM seeds, come with a variety of benefits. Some are resistant to herbicides. That means that a chemical that kills weeds would not also kill the crop in the field. Other seeds are resistant to insect damage or plant viruses. This reduces the amount of chemical sprays that a farmer needs to use to control insects and viruses. Overall, it increases the amount of food produced on an acre of farmland. One famous example is with the papaya. Papaya farmers in Hawaii discovered a virus was damaging their crops, so plant researchers developed a type of papaya that was resistant to the ring spot virus that was attacking the crops. The land, the crops, and the jobs were saved. Scientific studies have repeatedly shown that there are no adverse health effects to eating genetically modified crops. Still, not everyone is on board. In many countries, half or more of the population believes that genetically modified food is unsafe to eat. In a recent survey, about 48% of people in 20 countries said GM food was unsafe to eat. Just 13% said it was safe, and the rest said they didn't have enough information. France and Germany, among other countries, have banned genetically modified crops. But now, a new type of GM crop is about to hit supermarket shelves, a food with enhanced nutrition. Scientists at the John Innes Center in the United Kingdom have developed a new variety of tomato that is high in anthocyanin, a chemical found in blackberries and blueberries. Anthocyanin contains antioxidants, which help prevent cancer, reduce inflammation, and protect against type 2 diabetes. This is new. Previous genetically modified foods were designed to appeal to farmers. Sure, they helped supermarket shoppers, but only indirectly by keeping the prices down. And shoppers often didn't think twice about choosing foods with genetically modified ingredients. This new tomato is designed to appeal to a health-conscious shopper on the supermarket shelves. In the future, a supermarket shopper will have the choice to reach for a regular tomato or a purple one, knowing the purple one carries additional health benefits of the antioxidants, but also that it's genetically modified. Will it fly? The company producing the tomato believes that it will. A lot of the skepticism about GM food comes from older generations which were skeptical of GM food when it first came out. Younger consumers don't always share that concern since GM foods have been on the market for many years. And the company is hoping that the purple tomato is a conversation starter. The CEO said that he hopes people engage with the food, asking questions about how it's developed, how it's grown, what its nutritional benefits are, and how it tastes. If people ask the right questions, he believes the purple tomato will be commercially successful. Consumers can get anthocyanin from other foods like blackberries, blueberries, eggplant, and cabbage. The berries can be expensive. The eggplant and cabbage are much less common on American dinner plates, but I think a lot of supermarket shoppers go for taste, appearance, versatility, and general health benefits rather than specific nutrients like anthocyanin. It will be interesting to see if it catches on. It's purple, it's a tomato, it's better for you. That would be the winning message. I don't think a lot of people do the mental math about how much anthocyanin they get in their diet. I would try it. Would you? I'll post some pictures to our Facebook group at plainenglish.com/Facebook. Today's expression is more like a vocabulary word, an edge. An edge is a small advantage in a very competitive situation. You often hear that athletes are looking for an edge. Professional sports is very competitive. Even a small advantage can mean the difference between success and failure on the field or on the court. It's not uncommon for sports teams to hire psychologists, sleep scientists, and nutritionists, all in an effort to give their athletes an edge. If one team sleeps better than another, that could be the difference between a win or a loss. Years ago, in baseball, the Oakland Athletics, a small market team, went looking for an edge. They didn't have a big budget like the Los Angeles Dodgers or the New York Yankees, so they needed to get an edge somewhere else. So they turned to statistical analysis of their players. The A's were the only team doing deep analytics on the game, and this gave the A's an advantage for many years. Analytics was their edge. It was their small advantage in a very competitive situation. Analytics revolutionized baseball first, and then other professional sports. What started as an edge for the Oakland A's eventually became part of the sports culture. And now, professional soccer around the world is starting to embrace these types of analytics. So, it's not an edge anymore. Everyone is doing it. Some athletes turn to steroids or other illegal substances looking for an edge. In fact, in baseball's steroid age, many players who admitted to using banned substances said they were afraid for their jobs, that it was so competitive they were just looking for an edge somewhere. They were looking for a small advantage, in this case, by doing something illegal. In today's lesson about genetically modified crops, I started out by talking about seeds for common crops like corn and soybeans. You might think that one seed to grow corn is just as good as another. But agriculture is big business. Farmers want their crops to be healthy, to grow big enough, to need the right amount of water, to be resistant to insects and viruses, even without genetic modification. So there are big companies that study seeds and carefully develop seed varietals that will produce the best yield for farmers. You can't just buy these seeds at the garden shop either. The companies that produce them guard their secrets. Their specific varietals of seeds can give them an edge. If farmers know that one company's seeds produce better yields on their fields, then that seed company has an edge. That company has a small advantage in a competitive market. Any competitive business is looking for an edge. Right now, video streaming is extremely competitive. Netflix used to have an edge because it had a big budget from its subscribers. But now, everyone has a big budget. HBO, Amazon, Disney, Apple, they're all spending big. So some streaming companies are looking for their edge with live sports. Live sports are traditionally not available on streaming platforms, but that's starting to change. Apple and Peacock have signed deals to broadcast one baseball game per week each, but Amazon is looking for its edge with the NFL. Amazon Prime streams one NFL football game per week. That was a big coup for a streamer, the first weekly game to be exclusively streamed in America's popular sport. And that is the edge that Amazon has right now. Today's song of the week is Carefully by the Little Brutes. I think this is about a couple who are dancing in front of a crowd. I'm not sure if it's a competition, a wedding, a party, or anywhere else. But the line I like is, "I've got this feeling inside like we've already won this." That makes me think it's maybe a competition of some kind. See what you think. Today's song of the week is Carefully by the Little Brutes. By the way, before we go, I need to say a big thank you and good luck to a member of the Plain English team. A couple of years ago, when I was still juggling Plain English and a full-time job, I needed some help producing some of the content, and that's when I found Madeline from Minnesota. And for more than 2 years, she has been writing the headlines, the lesson summaries, choosing the photos, and creating some other content for each lesson. But this is the last lesson that she'll work on. She got a great new job and she's going to be going back to school. So I wanted to take a quick moment and say thank you to Madeline for all her hard work over the last 2 years, and good luck. Well, that's all for today's Plain English. Congratulations on making it to the end of another great lesson. This was number 511. And you can find the full lesson at plainenglish.com/511. We'll be back on Monday with the next one. See you then.